Hi everyone, welcome back to Earl Grey Books. I'm Ellie. Today it is time for a non-fiction haul. I say this in every single haul. I don't know when the next one will be. I haven't really been buying that much non-fiction lately. I only have 6 here and I don't really have any plans to buy any others at the moment, but we will kind of see what takes my fancy and that sort of thing. Today, short one, let's get into it. Not going to talk about these books a whole lot because, for one, I don't really like knowing a whole lot about nonfiction before I go into them, or really any book. I like to kind of have a general gist, sort of a little bit of a grasp on the topic, but unless it's something I specifically buy because I want to learn more about that, I will just kind of get them if they sound interesting and they're about a topic that I'm interested in but don't know a lot about. So that being said, you also saw most of these in my nonfiction November TBR on Friday, which I'll link below. So yes, we'll not talk about them much. Let's get into them. So we have The Warmth of Other Suns by Isabel Wilkinson. This is the epic story of America's Great Migration. This one's kind of a chunky one. This was in my nonfiction November TBR. Hoping to actually start this one in the next few days. Obviously we've still got a couple of days of October left, and I think I'm going to start a couple of the non-fiction books that I want to read next month that are some of the bigger ones that I know I'm just not going to get through if I don't start them. So I think this is going to be one of the ones. Next up I have Memorial Drive by Natasha Tretherway. This is a daughter's memoir. This is about Tretherway's mother was murdered by her white stepfather in their driveway, and this is, I think, sort of her coming to terms with that, talking about, I guess, sort of the ideas of domestic abuse and violence, and also racism, and I guess loss and grief and that sort of stuff as well. So nice short one. Again, hoping to get through this one in November. The World Was Whole by Fiona Wright. This is a collection of essays written by an Australian author. This was nominated for the Stella Prize. In my last video I said 2018. It was nominated for the 2019, but it was published in 2018. Hence, it makes sense. Anyway, this will be my second Fiona Wright that I've read. This is sort of a follow-on from her book Small Acts of Disappearance, which I read a number of years ago, and I've heard really great things about this one. So I am excited to get to this and see what I think of it. And then I have Vida by Jacqueline Kent. This is about Vida Goldstein, who was a suffragette here in Australia. She also worked on the movement in the US and in the UK. And this is just about her and her life. And I think it talks a little bit about why she's still so important now. Even though it's been like, what? I think it's talking about 1903, so it's probably been 100 years, give or take, depending on how long this is spanning. And I'm really excited for this one. So again, hopefully a November book. And then I have 2 that I didn't mention in that TBR. I don't know if I will get to either of them, if I'll even pick them up in November, but they are ones that I want to be reading soon. but I have Disability Visibility by Alice Wong. This is first person stories from the 21st century. So this is again a bunch of essays from different disabled authors and talking about a range of topics and I guess obstacles and issues that people with disabilities face that able-bodied people probably don't really. I've been following Alice Wong for maybe 2 or 3 years now, and I was so excited about this one. I pre-ordered it. I've been sitting on this since, like, I think it came in July, and I've just been waiting to have other books to be able to haul it. So I'm very excited to get to this one. I think this is going to be one that I kind of dip in and out of, sort of read an essay here and there, and then with these I really like to research the different people that have written them and see what else they might have written, because I'm always trying to find more people with disabilities to follow, and especially if their experience is something that I can connect to with my own experiences with disability and chronic illness. He's just very active today. Yeah, so very excited about this one, and yeah, I think I'm going to be dipping in and out of it. I think there's a couple of authors in here that I've read before or that I know of, so I'm excited to see who else is in there. Are you good? Do you want to come here? We're going to do a cuddle. Okay. And if we can all wait for Percy to be comfortable. And we're good. We're happy. Yeah? Okay, good. Okay, so the last one I have is... Oops, I almost hit you in the face then, bub. This is The Militant Muse by Whitney Chadwick, Love, War and the Women of Surrealism. I saw this book a couple of months ago in a couple of different places online. That different bookstores had it. They were promoting it. Thought it sounded pretty cool. It was a pretty expensive book. Wasn't really going to get it for a while. And then I did a essay for one of my art history classes about women in surrealism. And I really enjoyed doing all the research that I could do. It's very difficult at the moment because, of course, no libraries are open. A lot of these art history books do not have ebooks. And yeah, I just was really interested in the subject. And so I got my hands on this. It's absolutely stunning. I love it. Probably one that I'm hoping to sort of maybe start in December, depending if I'm kind of non-fictioned out or not. I really obviously love reading books about art history because that is my degree, and yes, I know this is talking about Frida Kahlo and Leonore Carrington and Lee Miller and a bunch of other artists that I don't know of yet. I'm very excited to hopefully find some new artists to enjoy and learn more about. So that is the haul, and yes, we will see how many other books, non-fiction books, that I buy by the end of the year. I'm sort of thinking that if I'm gonna get anything, they're probably just gonna be art books. I don't generally show the kind of like art books that I buy because they're generally more of like a textbooky style, but if you're interested in seeing them and me talking about some of them, please let me know. I've been thinking about doing a video like that for a while, but I just haven't had the time to really look through the books and have a sort of grasp on them, but I would love to talk about them, so I may do that if anyone's interested, and I'll probably do it anyway. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're all doing well and that you're staying safe, especially if you're in a place that is going through a second wave right now, or any wave. And yes, I will see you all on Friday, which is going to be another haul, and it'll just be my haul for October in general. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you then. Bye.